Gonna get fucking gangster, man. Chappie is a new movie by Neil Blomkamp. Stars Dave Patel, Hugh Jackman, Diane Wood, the band Diane Wood, and Charlito Copley as the title character Chappie.
So if you guys don't know, Neil Blomkamp directed District 9, which was a total surprise when it came out.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite hi-fi movies. And then Elysium came out, which I was very excited when I saw it, and it was alright. Like, I felt like the idea was there, but it didn't get exploited the way it should.
Yeah.
So we were excited to watch Chappie because he is a good director.
So we went into Chappie, probably very optimistic, but we ended up being kind of disappointed.
Yeah, guys, this movie was disappointing. First of all, before we go into detail, we need to talk about some positives.
Yeah, the positive is, the CGI in this movie. A lot of times in movies, the CGI, when there's a lot of it, it can kind of start to look like a cartoon. But in this one, Chappie, the robot Chappie, the main character, title character, he looked very real.
Chappie looked awesome. Like, there were times where I didn't even know if he was CGI or he was a practical effect, which I'm pretty sure sometimes it's a mix of both. So Neil Blomkamp's visual style is amazing, and it's there. How he makes the robots look, the design of the robots, of the machines, of the sets and everything. That style he has of making it look almost like a documentary. It adds to make everything feel that is happening in the real world. Another good thing that really stand out for me was the music. I didn't know who was the composer of the score, and I was hearing the score and that sounds like Hans Zimmer, and it was Hans Zimmer. Yeah. And that score was very good.
They're very intense, when it wasn't Diane Wood, it was Hans Zimmer, so that was good.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman, he plays a very good villain. He was mean and he was intimidating and everything, but the only problem about that is that
he's not really in the movie that much.
Yeah, like there was one part where he turned to me and was like, I totally forgot about him. Like,
here's that leads me to my other complaint about this movie. None of these characters at all have background story that make you care about them.
Yeah, it's just
even the villain, like Hugh Jackman's, he does a good job, right? Because he's intimidating and stuff, but you never know why he's doing what he's doing. It's just like, oh, he's just mean. Yeah. It's the same thing.
And then Dev Patel, it's just, oh, he's a very smart guy and wants to have AI. That's his whole motivation.
Yeah, and then this is where shit starts to get serious, and it's Diane Wood. So Diane Wood, they're a lot in this movie, and a lot, and I mean a lot. They're almost like the main human characters.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they're not likable characters at all, and the movie doesn't make an effort to make you care for them. Their acting wasn't bad, but the thing is, the writing is shit.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm not feeling anything because these guys are
most
assholes.
of what they were saying was just like, oh, you gotta be gangster, you gotta do the heist, you gotta do this.
Yeah, they're just criminals.
Yeah.
And they don't give you another reason, because you can like criminals. There are movies that pull that off awesomely. But they need to give you something to make you relate to them. And in this case, it's just like you just view them as criminals, so you don't give a shit about them in the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I was waiting the whole movie to freaking Hugh Jackman fucking kill them or whatever. Because I mean, if you're watching a movie like this and you're rooting for the villain, something's wrong. And every time Diane were in the scene, sometimes it was cool watching them, but sometimes it just felt like a commercial for their music and their stuff.
In the back of their little lair or whatever, they had all kinds of their artwork and their album covers.
And the music playing in the background.
Like every single time they showed up, it's just like, oh, there's another Diane Wood song.
One of the other main negatives of the movie, a thing that brings the movie down, is that it really doesn't know what it is.
It kind of tries to be like a religious thing, and then other times it wants to be like indoctrination of youth or something.
Yeah, it tries to tackle several I guess social issues, but as soon as it starts tackling it and you're like, oh, this is like District 9 all over again, you start getting excited, it's gonna get deep. It gets cut out by either a Diane Wood scene or just entertaining action scene.
Yeah, or then they'll just come out and tell you what they're trying to say instead of letting you figure it out for yourself. Because some of the messages, they kind of try to spoon feed it to you. The audience isn't stupid, we can figure that out on our own,
Oh shit! But the thing is, the third act of the movie, I almost felt like I was watching a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah.
We're just like, well, I guess all the story was thrown out through the window and we only care about explosions.
So now time for
even
robots.
Even the characters reminded me of Michael Bay, just like they're just cookie cutter characters.
Yeah, just saying little stupid lines and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So
this is what I think of the ending. It's bullshit. When I saw where the ending was going, I was like, you really think I'm going to buy this shit?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
You know, overall, as we said in the beginning, it was very disappointing to us. We went in with high hopes.
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I really wanted this movie to be great.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
If you guys want to see it on theaters, it's fine, because, you know, it looks really cool. And like he said before watching the movie, he said, look, best case scenario, we get a really good sci-fi movie with deep stuff in it and amazing action scenes. Yeah. Worst case scenario, you get a robot kicking ass, and that's the worst case scenario. That's what we got, the worst case scenario. I really do hope that Neil Blomkamp's gonna do a good job directing Alien. Now that he has like 1 home run and 2 strikes, I'm scared that he's gonna become like the new Wachowskis or something. Yeah.
I'm gonna give this 3 yellow M4s out of 5.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a 2.8. Make sure to like our Facebook page, which has like 0 likes.
This is Victor and Jose, Reinventing the Reel. As always, we'll see you next time.